The Supreme Court has extended an order blocking full food aid payments under the SNAP program. The decision comes as Washington inches closer to ending the federal government shutdown. The justices refused to force the Trump administration to release full supplemental nutrition assistance funds. Instead, the court is allowing Congress more time to strike a deal that could restore payments soon. In a brief order, the court imposed a temporary halt on a lower ruling requiring full food benefit disbursement. That stay remains active until November 13, delaying funding without weighing the legal merits of either side. The move prolongs uncertainty for millions of low-income Americans who rely on SNAP to buy groceries. In some states, families have received full allocations, while others have received nothing at all. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson initially paused the lower court's deadline, but later dissented from Tuesday's order. Jackson, the only justice to object, said she would have revived full funding immediately. Her disagreement highlights the growing tension between the courts and the administration over shutdown fallout. The Department of Justice warned that court intervention could complicate ongoing budget negotiations in Congress. Lawmakers are racing to reach a broader deal to reopen the government through January 30th. The House is expected to vote on November 12th on a plan covering food aid, veterans benefits, and other essential services. The Senate has already approved a similar bill, signaling the shutdown could soon be over. Still, the uncertainty continues for 42 million Americans depending on SNAP benefits to put food on the table. Many recipients report missing or partial payments, deepening hardship as food prices remain high. The Trump administration cut off full SNAP funding after October, citing shutdown-related budget constraints. Courts have issued conflicting rulings over whether the administration must restore full benefits immediately. The Supreme Court's latest order avoids a final decision, assuming Congress will act before the deadline. Attorney General Bondi praised the court for allowing Congress to continue its swift progress.
Thank you. I would first yield to Mr. McGovern.
Yeah, we are happy to join with you. We want the government open. We just don't want millions of people to get screwed over on their health care insurance. So if you join with us, this is a crisis, by the way, that's right now. It's not 3 months from now or 6 months from now. Right. It's right now. People have gotten their bills. People are making decisions whether they're going to forego their health care. So that is it. And the idea that we can't get well, there are 13 Republicans that at least have said that they support us on extending the benefits. We'll see whether, they did it for show or whether it's for real. But I think if you let the House work its will, I think a majority of Democrats or Republicans would vote to extend that tax credit. And millions of people won't lose their health care, won't get screwed over because of the indifference and the inaction of this Congress. You found it. You found the time. You found it acceptable to extend the expiring tax cuts for multimillionaires and billionaires, but you couldn't find it within your heart to extend this. So we're happy to join with you, but join with us too. If you want our votes, then we want to help working people afford their health insurance. I yield back to Ms. Campbell. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McGovern. As we're convening here for the first time in months, our nation's healthcare system is buckling under the combined attacks of over almost $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid that were rammed through in the big ugly bill this summer, the White House's unilateral cuts to congressionally approved spending for NIH, medical research, including pediatric cancer, and now the Republican refusal to extend the ACA tax credits that help millions of Americans afford their health insurance. And they're already seeing these health insurance premiums go up. As Mr. McGovern said, this is not something that can wait because families are enrolling now for next year. And the Republicans have refused to address this issue all year, not just since the shutdown occurred. They've refused to address it at all. And none of this is an accident. It's all by choice. Just like it was a choice by President Trump to defund SNAP benefits this month for the first time in history. For more than 60 years, through recessions, natural disasters, and even previous shutdowns, and including previous shutdowns under this president, the federal government has never missed a SNAP payment until now. And why? Because President Trump and congressional Republicans will pick their billionaire buddies over American families every damn time. So once again, with this bill, they're choosing to let healthcare premiums skyrocket and causing families to lose coverage. Look, there have been 2 big tax provisions set to expire this year, and they've taken up a lot of attention. One was tax cuts for billionaires, and the second was tax credits for American families. This summer, Speaker Johnson called us back to D.C. when we were supposed to be home for the 4th of July weekend because it was an emergency to pass this big, ugly bill which extended tax cuts for billionaires. But when it came time to extend tax credits for millions of Americans to help them afford health care, Speaker Johnson sent the House home for almost 2 months. And he won't commit to having a vote on those health care credits even after the government reopens. And again, that's a choice. For the last 42 days, while the Speaker has made clear that he has no interest in negotiating with Democrats to produce a bill capable of passing both houses, his job isn't just one house. It has to be able to pass both houses. While he's been refusing to do anything, the White House has been working overtime to use the shutdown to inflict as much pain as possible on the American people, particularly the most vulnerable of our neighbors. And again, that's a choice. The White House chose to try to fire more than 4,000 federal workers. That's a choice. The White House has threatened to withhold back pay to federal workers despite a 2019 bill that would prevent that. That's a choice. This White House chose to withhold SNAP benefits for 42 million Americans. It has pressured states not to advance those benefits. It has threatened grocers with penalties if they offer discounts to struggling SNAP beneficiaries. It has defied court orders to fund SNAP benefits, and it has appealed every one of those decisions every step of the way. Those are all choices, and again, never before has an administration blocked SNAP benefits. They have always tried to make sure those go out because the funding, in fact, is available. But this is what happens when governing becomes a game. And games are exactly what this Trump administration has played with SNAP and with the American people during the shutdown. Millions of families have spent a couple weeks struggling to feed their kids because of this White House's deliberate choices. The human cost of this Republican shutdown and this budget proposal are staggering. And behind every number are kids and veterans and seniors all across America who are going to pay for these choices. Ranking Member DeLauro, I had a couple questions for you. First of all, just to go back, the chair and Mr. Cole have said that this CR funds the federal government at the same levels as during the Biden administration. Does that mean that it fully funds the Consumer Protection Finance Bureau?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't go back to USAID.
Okay.
I can go chapter and verse on programs that are not there. $410 billion terminated, delayed.
Okay, so it doesn't fund the
No,
Department of
it's not.
Education?
No.
No, and it doesn't fund USAID?
You got it.
And it doesn't fund the Corporation for Public Broadcasting?
No way.
And it doesn't fund all those NIH research grants that have been
But
cut?
cut. Absolutely
Okay.
cut.
How about
CDC,
the
FDA,
Okay.
a whole 9
So
yards.
it is not the same bill?
No. And they have allowed for the president and for Russ Vought, an unelected bureaucrat, to really steal appropriated funds, and the CR does nothing about that. It gives them carte blanche to continue to do the same thing, which anybody who serves on an appropriations committee, quite frankly, needs to understand what role we have.
Well,
That is our role. And if the president wants to take it away from us, we need to fight like hell to make sure that they're done. Any president.
some would say that is something else that Congress could have been doing over the last 2 months, is protecting its right to allocate funding. With respect to the SNAP benefits, Does this CR that they're pushing through now, does that guarantee reimbursement to the states for funds they may have advanced?
No, it does not.
Okay, and the White House is fighting them about those funds.
That's right.
is that
Well, the White House is saying, take back the money that you've given to people. My state of Connecticut, when the court said, get it all out, we did it.
Right.
And now they're telling Governor Lamont that he has to go back and get that, go get that money. It's really
We saw the same
extraordinary.
thing in
Right.
Pennsylvania. Has
Right.
any administration before this ever
Never.
tried to prevent
No.
states from helping their
No, it's happened in the past, and they
constituents?
have been reimbursed.
And they have been reimbursed. That's what I
It's the
thought.
first time that really food and it's been used as a political weapon to deprive people of food, which is actually what's happened here.
Okay. Would the bill under consideration here, would it make SNAP payments mandatory in the future?
No, well, in the agriculture bill, this is, let me just take 1 second to explain. We passed the last go-round where we had money for SNAP, which is mandatory funding. We then do a contingency fund there, and the president, actually President Trump, he signed the bill into law in March, which provided for $3 billion for the contingency fund. Biden had done it, before, so there's $6 billion in a contingency for an emergency. So to say that the government had to open before those is really misinformation, and quite frankly, it's a lie. It's a lie. But in the bill that's there, the agriculture bill, there is the money for SNAP, and yes, there's a $6 billion contingency fund.
Okay.